Roses Live, brought to you by...
Hello and welcome to Badminton Mix at Roses 2025. Here at the main hall at the York Sports Centre, all of the teams are down the courts warming up. Over the course of this afternoon, we're going to bring you a couple matches. There are 3 teams from each university, and they're all going to play each other over the course of 3 different courts. So if it gets a bit confusing, badminton is an incredibly fast-paced racket sport. We'll try our best to give you a great picture of what's going on, both on radio and TV, which you can find on the Roses Live website. I am Finn. I am an ex-York student, and I was lucky enough to see this fixture last year in Lancaster. So it's really cool to come back again this year to see how both sides have progressed. And I'll be joined later by Theo, who is the York badminton captain, I believe. So, Lancaster trains 3 times a week with coaching by first team captains and an external coach. They've been recently doing a boot camp to gear up for this Rhodes competition. The mixed event, along with the other badminton events, tend to be taken by York. But last year, Lancaster won, and it was the first time they'd won in the mixed event since 2016. Over in York, the mixed team has not been that successful in York or the Yorkshire League, and they've only had 1 win this year. They train 3 times a week. Intense training, reduced only the Roses squad, has made training more specialised and intense. Got a couple star players in the mix. Andrew has a great smash, so look out for that. And a very solid defence. Alyssa, who is the ladies' captain, is the strongest woman playing in York and is an extremely well-rounded player. So there's lots to look out for over the course of this afternoon. Well, this morning, going into this afternoon. They're just sweeping the pitches, get everything nice over here. Earlier they were doing ultimate frisbee. And so it's just been a bit of a transfer period where we're getting everything set up, all of the nets, all of the scorecards. And I'm seeing some really great signs over the pitch. There's lots of Roses are white, UYBC, University of York Badminton Club. Making it look Eloise, which I think personally is a great pun. I think they're really bringing it. I haven't seen many Lancaster signs so far, but I really want to, because they're pretty good. All the ones I've seen. There was one earlier, I think from York, for the ultimate frisbee, so the name of the ultimate frisbee team from Lancaster, is Fish. For some reason, so someone from York had a sign going, "Sorry, I'm vegan," which I think is a great understanding of your enemy. You're really getting in there and finding specific ways to call them out and really challenge them. The current score at Roses is 87 to Lancaster and 56 to York, with 172.5 points required to win. So it looks like, it's not that close of a competition at the moment, which is what we really want at Roses. We really want a good challenge. So hopefully this will be a very interesting, very intense, very close competition between both sides. I think we're hopefully still getting ready to go. There's 2 York players and 2 Lancaster players currently practicing at opposite ends of the court. Very intense, but hopefully it's getting underway really soon. So just hang in there. Listen to my various thoughts on the state of play. They're really, embracing the colours of York and Lancaster. Yeah. I have just been joined by my co-commentator. Hello.
Hello, I'm Theo.
You're Theo.
Yeah.
So, what's your experience of badminton?
So I'm currently the team president of the University of York team. I've been playing for the team for 3 years. Before that, playing badminton here and there, as you do. But yeah.
Have you played in Roses before?
I played Roses last year for the Open 2s. Haven't played in the mixed, but I've been loving that division for years and years as well.
Great.
Yeah.
So, do you know what the results were last year for all of the various badminton competitions?
So last year, York or Lancaster won all of the events other than for the women's ones. So it was a poor outcome from York, but yeah. The year prior, it was completely flipped. So only the women's ones won for Lancaster, and everyone else was won by York. So it's really a flip-flop. We'll see what happens here today.
It's very up in the air what the outcome could be. Okay, well, I watched the mixed last year, which Lancaster obviously won. It was very intense though.
It was a great game. Mixed is extremely fast, so technical.
So fast. Can be quite hard to keep track of, but can be like there's the moments where it's like someone hits it really. My knowledge of badminton is sometimes questionable. Someone hits it really hard, does a smash shot.
Yeah, no, it is amazing to watch. And obviously in mixed with a man and woman on the court, as it typically is, it offers different tactical advantages. Often typically the man will smash harder, so you've got different targets to aim for, different things to avoid as the opponent. The woman tending to try and take the net, attack the net, and therefore that'll probably what most players here today will be trying to do. Yeah, we will see.
So the crowd, one of the things I always love about Roses is wherever you go, whatever sport it is, no matter how early it is, there is always a crowd around who are very loud.
Absolutely, and especially with badminton, almost 200 memberships bought this year across team and club, more
Really?
in college, so it's quite, it's got quite the community, and obviously clearly a lot of them have turned up today, as is standard, more from the York side, but also we've got some Lancaster viewers here today.
Yeah, very popular, clearly, and I'm looking forward to seeing that energy as we actually start this
absolutely.
fixture. There'll be 3 courts going over the course of this morning and afternoon. Got 1, 2, and 3, naturally. Each will have a match going at the same time. Why don't you explain the setup of how this is going to run? Yeah,
so we've got 3 pairs for York, 3 pairs for Lancaster, all compete against each other in a round-robin competition, and with one matchup between each matchup between Lancaster and York, there'll be a best of 3 sets to 21, and then overall that will account to 9 games, and quite simply, whoever wins more of the 9 games will win overall. A lot of good badminton to be played.
So it's first to 21 points?
First to 21 points. If it's 1 point difference, then it's 2 clear. In an unlikely event that no one has broken a 2-point deficit before 30, then the winner can win on 30-29. It would be unlikely we see that.
Have you seen that happen?
Not me personally, but it has happened this year in the Bucks competitions.
Wow.
So yeah, a real nail biter when that does happen, but we will see.
Yeah, well, it's all a waiting game now.
Absolutely. Team's final tactics are being discussed, consulting with the fans, getting photos and whatnot.
It's some very cool signs over by court 3. She's a winner. Yeah. Badminton, just the words badminton.
I think I saw Go Sports.
Go Sports.
Love that.
I saw it a minute ago. I said this earlier. It's Eloise.
Yeah, Eloise Bryans, formerly of Northern Ireland. She played from the Liverpool women's team last year and previously, but she's now here on a Masters. Been playing incredible badminton all year for the mixed and the women's first team. Some great badminton. She'll be playing with Louis Davis, the former team president and one of the top players of the team, and has been for the last 3 years. So that should be a great pair, really dynamic.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Lancaster's signs once they get underway.
Absolutely. I'm sure the energy will flow once the shuttle's in the air.
Yeah, I mean, when it's in Lancaster, the York contingent that comes over is always really loud, and when it's in York, the Lancaster so loud.
Yeah.
Deafening at times.
Despite the points not indicating it, it seems like York is winning on the fan front.
Yes. It would be weird if they weren't.
Yeah,
It'd be quite
absolutely.
hard to lose that competition when it's in York.
Absolutely.
So how, outside of Roses, how does competing at badminton work at university level? So, like, have you played any of the Lancaster people this year?
So typically, most of the season it comprises of the Bucks matches, the Bucks fixtures, and for our leagues, that means that we've got 2 singles players and 2 doubles pairs, and so the singles players will each compete against each other, and the doubles pairs will compete against each other. So far, I think the women's ones have played each other for Lancaster and York, with quite an overwhelming victory for York. However, I think the men's twos played the Lancaster men's twos earlier in the season in a cup match, which Lancaster narrowly won. But yeah, that was a great competition, quite the away day for York. But yeah, so 50-50 split so far. Some of these players will have played against Lancaster this season. A lot of the team, especially the women's team, that we'll see across the badminton at Roses, haven't played Roses yet. They're master's students. So
Right, that's interesting.
2 out of 3 of the women here is their first Roses, first year at York, but they're master's students, so more than competent, capable, and experienced badminton players.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're moving in a positive direction towards starting these matches. Just talking and getting the score sheets ready.
Yeah, it seems like
face paint being applied in the corner over there.
Yeah, I
By
think
the fans.
players are getting allocated to the courts.
Right.
But yeah, underway we shall be.
How did you get into badminton?
How did I get into badminton? Well, I think I got into badminton just through my school. So there was an after-school badminton club. We played it in PE, as many people do. Just had a hit, and it was great fun. And I think from then on, it was a one-way street. I think I've played a lot of racket sports through my time, so it's been really, getting into badminton was easier for me than for most. We've got squash going on behind us. But yeah, badminton's the focus of today.
Yeah. My experience of badminton does exclusively come from Roses, unfortunately, and the Olympics.
Great experiences nonetheless. Some of the highest badminton you will see, no doubt.
It's very fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very fast sport.
Roses and the Olympics are very much comparable.
I
in their
personally
quality of
think so.
badminton.
The Roses isn't oftentimes my Olympics. Okay. So why don't we do a recap of who is playing in this fixture? So over from Lancaster, we have Zangnam Heng, who's Malaysian and is in second year at Lancaster doing mechanical engineering. It's amazing.
Very nice. Yeah, playing with Zhang Heng, we have Alicia Ho, who's from Hong Kong, a third-year psychology student.
Then we have Henrik Fan, who is also from Hong Kong and does accounting and finance.
Formerly playing both table tennis and badminton last year at Roses. Playing with Henrik, we have Abigail Mella, or Abby. She is from the Isle of Man and a third-year economics and finance student.
Then we've got Harley James Edge, who is English, and does accounting and finance.
And finally, we have Mette Pedersen, who's a Norwegian fifth-year student who's studying law.
So it's a real diversity of players coming over from Lancaster there, all with lots of different kind of levels of playing, badminton, so some have done roses many times, been here before, done it, won, got the t-shirt. Whereas some people, like Harley, has never played at roses before, or but also has played for the county of Lancashire. So what's better, playing for Lancashire or playing at roses?
I have to be biased in saying roses is obviously a great atmosphere. To me, that is the peak of badminton that I've seen so far. But yeah, obviously county badminton is obviously a very high level as well.
So over in York, the team we have Andrew Harvey, who is Japanese English, is second year and does economics.
Yep, playing with Andrew, we have the ladies captain, Alicia Horton, a fourth year linguistics student.
We also have Adam Blanchett and Akari Takamoto.
Yep, on court.
This is 1, 2. Okay.
So on court 1 we have Louis Davis, former team president, third year musical engineering student.
And with him is Eloise Bryans, who is Northern Irish, is studying a master's, used to play for the University of Liverpool, mentioned earlier, and has some great signs about her.
Absolutely. But for both Akari and Eloise, their first roses, they're lucky for it to be a home roses, great atmosphere, but they'll see what playing badminton at York is all about in this final atmosphere.
So, everyone's finally on courts, just in the last stages warming up, looks like.
Yeah, final stages, but everyone's seeming ready. That's cool composure. Seems like matches are getting underway, warm-ups are ending.
Everything's gone quiet.
All three courts are having their final words with their partners in preparation for the first serve to be played.
So, just to recap before we get started, on court number 1 we have from York
Louis Davis and Eloise Bryans.
On 2
we have Andrew Harvey and Alicia Horton.
and on 3.
Adam Blanchett and Akari Takamoto.
Great. Last year, Lancaster won this event. Let's see if this year that can change.
Absolutely. You can swing both ways, for sure.
Yeah. Very, very close and past.
Courts 1 and 3 have got underway, with Lancaster winning the first points. And already begun. Rapid play, tidy net shot from Akari. Great movement of the shuttle, and Lancaster winning the point on court 1.
Let's go! Another point for Lancaster on court 3.
York seem to be playing a very defensive game currently, trying to force the Lancaster to make errors. And it's paying off in the case of court 3. Great deception from court 1. And the pace is picking up. For those unfamiliar with the setup of mixed badminton, typically, even when the man's serving, is served from behind the woman so that they can keep the structure of the man at the back, covering more of the back court, and the lady at the front.
On court 2, current score is 3 points to Lancaster, 4 points to York. And on court 3, it is
5-4 to Lancaster.
5-4 to Lancaster.
Yeah. Great shot from Makari, right on the line. Good kill on court 3. Attack down the wing, or down the channels from both Adam and the Lancaster ones pair, causing problems for the defenses respectively.
All 3 matches incredibly tight so far.
Big smash from... Oh, that's a wonderful net play from the Lancaster player, Alicia, on court 3. Less so from Alicia on court 2 for York. Very solid defense, but if the lifts don't get to the back, it's going to be an easy smash and kill on the rally, just like Andrew did on court 2. Score is currently 9-8 on court 3, 7-7 on court 2, and pretty close on court 1. Inconsistencies across the shot. The stress might be getting the better of some players. Court 3 calls that flick serve out. Adam responds. Push. Yeah.
So over on court 1, they're taking a bit of a break.
We'll be breaking at 11 points to whoever is leading. They'll be leading at 11 points to whoever's leading. They'll keep going, and we'll see what the result is after one set.
Over on court 2, the score is currently 10 to Lancaster. No. 10 to Lancaster, 9 to York.
Yep.
And they're about to start up again on both courts 2 and 3 and get restarted again on 1.
On court 3, that's a wonderful smash. York seem to be leading 14 to 11. Despite being seeded as the 3rd pair, they are taking the lead over Lancaster.
They are playing against Alicia and Zeng from Lancaster. correct that, Nam and Alicia from Lancaster.
On court 2 at 11-10 to Lancaster, having a break. Andrew and Alicia and Henrik and his partner will discuss tactics, trying to probably keep away from Andrew's massive smash, which has been a problem for his opponents all year.
Lancaster are creeping slightly back up over on court 3. It's now 13 to 15. And they're ready to start serving over on court 1. Almost been hit to the net by York, meaning another point for Lancaster.
A nice half-court smash from Louis, tidy and efficient. No nonsense there.
Okay. Every court's just about ready to serve for the next rally.
Court 3 getting...
Shot there. Now. Oh, and James is now.
Alicia left the shuttle. Unfortunately, it was in on court 2. Lancaster is up 12-10.
And it's back equal over on court 3. But Lancaster have just lost another point, so it's back to 15-16 to York.
Andrew on court 2 trying to push the net, force the point too quickly, makes errors. But hopefully that will be working more in future.
Okay. Ooh. York are regaining that lead over on court 3. It's back up to
They seem to be
18 points to York, 15 to Lancaster.
They seem to be in a rhythm. Forcing... Ooh. Adam hits... Akari gets hit by a partner. Oh, that's a wonderful backhand smash from Andrew. 13-13.
And on court 3, we're getting towards the end of the match because it is 19 points to York, 16 to Lancaster. Ooh.
Now big attack. Come on, Alicia. Nice, well played from Lancaster.
All teams so far doing a really good job. Very evenly matched.
Smash from Louis, difficult to bring back. That's the smash from Andrew we were talking about. It's an absolute weapon. Wins them a point, bringing back to 14-14 on court 2. On court 3, it's a nail-biter, 19 all. Lancaster, Alicia to serve. Akari fumbles at the net. Unfortunate mistake.
Giving Lancaster the lead.
2019 set point to Lancaster. And that's the set. On court 3, Lancaster lead, 1 set to love. They're fighting an uphill battle from here.
Yeah, final score 21-19.
It seems on court 1, Lancaster have also won the first set. Louis and Eloise, or after Eloise, played a smash too low into the net.
Meaning the only game still going right now is on court 2, where it is level at 16-16.
Alicia and Andrew, the first seeded pair for the mixed team. Hopefully they do get a win to leave the mixed team in good stead for the rest of the match. Left, and it's 17-16 to York. Alicia to serve.
Oh.
Serve is too tight. Net shot can't come back. 18-16 to York. Alicia trying to play it wide, but plays it out.
17-18 to York.
Lancaster to serve. Andrew attacks it right off the serve, out the back. The victim of his own strength.
Well, the point was just given to... okay. It's now 18-all. Briefly, the shot was called wrong and they gave the point to York when it was Lancaster's.
Big smash from Henrik. Alicia seems to have no problem trying to turn it into a counter-attack. Liz is pushing into the corners, and that's in. Henrik concedes. 19-18 to York on court 2. Andrew to serve to Henrik.
All the attention is now on this court of the entire room. You can hear them reacting to every little move. Oh, York hit the net.
Almost a net crawl, but it is 19-all. Henrik served Andrew. After Louis and Eloise have had their team talks with men's captain Alex and Kish alumni, they're underway again. 1 point to love on the first, on court 1. 2019 on court 2 to Henrik. There we go, and it's 20-all. Andrew pushing the net. Unconventional for mix, but it's worked this time.
Just getting back underway over in court 1 and court 3, with the first point going to York on court 3.
York is up after a line drive from Andrew, 21-20. Is this the first set that York Badminton are going to win at Roses 2025?
Yeah.
And Henrik gets it out. That's 22-20 to York. Huge win for the first set.
Yes, so currently on court 1 and court 3, Lancaster have won the first sets, but on court 2, York has the lead.
The crowd enjoyed that very much. Unfortunate error from Louis Davis on court 1, missing the net entirely with his cross net.
On court 3, the score is currently 3 points to Lancaster, 2 points to York. So Lancaster have the lead at the moment, but it's very, very early. Very changeable. It was very close on this court in the first set. So, and it's already gone back to being equal, so we'll see how this goes.
Nam seems to have a consistent and solid smash. Nam seems to have a consistent smash, which he's trying to use to the best of his advantage, although a little variety in his attack. I say that, and he plays a lovely cross drop, forcing Akari into difficult situations, and arrogance from Adam, he's to try it around the back, doesn't pull it off. Court 2 are almost underway. Court 2 is almost underway for a change of shuttle. Akari forces punch clip. Just out.
Meaning Lancaster now have 5 points to York's 3 on court 3.
Lou Davis picking up deep. His singles career so far is helping him out with those low deep shots, which are unconventional for a doubles match, but very useful in that situation.
Wow.
A great shot from Adam. Pronation of the wrist leads it to play it out wide. Unexpected from the Lancaster team. They fire back with a change of direction. Very nice from Lancaster. Big smash, causing problems once again from Nam.
Yeah.
That's 8 points to 4.
Yeah, James just couldn't return that shot. It hit the net, unfortunately, for him. Meaning that Lancaster are taking an early lead, but it's still to play for.
Inconsistencies from Louis again with the smash. Needs to get it over the net if he's going to cause problems for Lancaster at all. Great shot from Lancaster, forcing York deep.
So
Dangerous smash from Andrew on court 2. 4-3 to Lancaster. York to serve.
On court 3, York also just about to serve. Currently, Lancaster have a 4-point lead. 10 points to Lancaster, 6 points to York.
Great movement of the shuttle by the York third pair. Moving Nam around from side to side, making space.
Ooh. Lancaster. It's reached 11 points. Lancaster in lead on court 3, so they're taking a little break.
Lancaster lead 11 points on court 1 as well. About to get back underway. Louis and Eloise having intense conversations. Clearly not going well for them yet.
And on court 2, it's level. With Lancaster there taking quite a big fall, trying to get that shuttlecock and missing, giving the York 1-point lead over Lancaster. But that match especially has been the closest, I think, of all of them. It's the only one where York is leading.
Absolutely. Former club president Ravi has just arrived, already making noises, got the drumsticks out. He'll be raising their spirits, no doubt.
Yeah, very passionate fan base.
Absolutely. He's been a fan of the club since before he was in the team. Pushed the club to greater heights last year when he led us. And now, although his medical duties, of course, have meant that he can't spend as much time training, he still has the fire that led him to be club president in the second year.
Courts 1 and 3 are back underway.
Big attack from Alicia. Nice drop. Big smash to Kari. And the attack is back to York. 12 points to 8 for Lancaster on court 3 still.
Alicia just missed that and gave York a point.
Miscommunication on court 3. Zakari tries to take a drop that Adam was hoping to play. York is now up 11-6 on court 2, and the crowd is absolutely loving it. They're taking a break. Clearly, this bout of energy is spurring them on, as with the other teams. The York is now serving 9-13, but their momentum is in their favour at the moment. Oh, lovely shot from Andrew between the legs, and he wins the point. That's circus badminton. Crowd goes wild. Absolute menace. He tries to play it round the back, but less successful this time. The shot did go out though, so not a problem. Card serve in the net.
York taking a lead over on court 2, 11 points to Lancaster's 6.
Now I'm getting frustrated, trying to rush the points with a low smash into the net. Maybe the York fan base is getting to more than just the York team.
Well, it's a real wall of noise.
Is intimidating for Lancaster, no doubt. But does it put too much pressure on the York team? Big smash from Nam. Very nice.
Got the
Card smash.
Ooh.
Weapon. Great accuracy. Sets Adam up perfectly. Loose smash, not dangerous enough. The quick redirection puts it into open space on court 1.
The York supporters have brought out the white rose of York in support of their team.
a lot of noise, a lot of energy. And it is showing in the playing. A great shot from Andrew. Bit lucky, maybe off the frame.
Yeah.
But every point counts the same.
And it increases York's lead on that court to 14 to 8.
York are down 18-13 on court 3. But that does not deter the fans from spurring them on just that bit harder. On court 1, it seems Lancaster have beaten Eloise and Louis.
Yeah, that gives the first game to Lancaster.
Yeah, it's currently 1 game to Lancaster, 8 more if they want the clean sweep. They need only 4 more if they're going to win the mixed overall.
No, by no means determined what this outcome's going to be.
Absolutely not.
Can't read it too much into any of these first matches because they've still got to all play each other again.
Exactly.
Okay.
And these, as many of the badminton players know, the first set can often come as a warm-up. Not necessarily meaning the warm-up initially was unnecessary, but it's a complete change of pace once the points are starting to be scored. York seem to be all over Lancaster on court 2, 19-8. Andrew's in his rhythm. Alicia and Andrew moving very well together. 20 points to 8 on court 2.
But on court 3, it is 20 points to Lancaster and 16 points to York. So, while...
and that's the game, to Lancaster.
And game to York.
There you go. So it's currently 2-1 to Lancaster, 21-16 and 21-8.
From what I could see, the tightest game was probably on court 3. And I think the Lancaster had quite a solid lead over on court 1 for most of that.
Absolutely. It seemed like Lancaster started strong and didn't let up. They just kept going and led to their consistent attacks, caused major problems for York.
So with those matches all finished up, it's going to take a few moments of break to get ready and get yourself centered. What do you do? Like, so if you're in kind of a match like this, set up like this, and you've either won or lost your first match, what are you going through in the period
Well,
between?
I think at this point in time, number 1, you want to rehydrate, make sure you're not feeling, nothing's going to harm you physiologically in ways that you can prevent. But also, you need to get whatever match has just happened, it's out of your mind. If you've won, you don't want the complacency to hit you and you don't start strong enough in the next match. If you lost, that is all in the past. You push forward to the next match and consider every point is a new point. Don't try and play too safe if that's not the best way you would play. At the moment, everyone's getting their coaching tips from the captains, each other, alumni who are very experienced badminton players. Passing on the scores, of course.
So keep your mind on what's next, keep your mind on what's coming up rather than what's come before.
Absolutely.
It's good advice in life in general.
Absolutely. There's a reason the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. Always look ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, all sorts to play for, kind of for both sides. It doesn't feel like this is. It's not like.
It's not going to be a whitewash either way.
No matter what happens next, all teams have won something.
Absolutely. Seems like the ladies are chatting, talking about their tactics, about potential their upcoming opponents, what has worked well, what has not worked well. No doubt.
So who have you been most impressed by, do you think?
So I think Andrew has been a fan favourite for a while. He's got a huge smash and is very quick around the court.
So Andrew's a York player who's playing on court 2.
He's playing with Alicia Horton, ladies captain. he's been playing really well, rushing the net when the moment arises, and just causing problems for Lancaster all round, moving the Lancaster team side to side. On court 3, we've had Nam. He's got a big smash. She's varied, which again has caused big problems. A play style which is, dangerous, especially for Akari, who is struggling to get the especially steep drops. The punch clears, causing problems. Adam, also miscommunication. Adam would obviously want to take those backcourt shots with a bigger smash, and being about 17 feet tall, it's easy for him to reach, but the miscommunication is going to cause more problems than Akari playing a worse shot. So if they can get on that, communicate better, and move more freely together as a pair, then they'll be in good stead for the next match. But yeah.
So just a quick update on Rose's overall so far. Lancaster are on 91 points to York 60.
It's not looking good so far. Big difference, rather.
Big difference, yes. It's still 172.5 points to win. So it's not over yet. It's a 31-point difference between York and Lancaster currently. Anything can happen at Roses. It's a very unpredictable competition.
Absolutely. We've just seen the Open Frisbee won just before the mixed badminton right here. Squash is going on behind us. I've heard mixed hopes from the York team, because Lancaster has historically had quite a strong squash team. So it could go either way, honestly, with those. But there's a lot more badminton to come. Tomorrow, starting at 8:30 in the AMs, for both the Open and the Women's 1s. And then the Open and Women's 2s start at 11 tomorrow. So, come back to listen in or watch that. And just into the hall, we've had a Lancaster supporter who's going to be playing tomorrow, who is former alumni, or is alumni of York, Elizabeth Neal. So mixed allegiances there, but tomorrow she'll be playing for that Red Rose.
Wow. What mix of emotions that must be.
Absolutely. I mean, I know she absolutely still has friends on this York team, so it's going to be split allegiances for the fans at least, who want to cheer her on and wish her the best, but also absolutely do not want her to win. So we'll see how that goes. Could be a difficult match for York playing against her, but also for her playing against York.
It's one of the most interesting things about Rose, all those allegiances and how much people want their university to win, but also, you know people.
Absolutely.
See people, you have these relationships, and it'll be quite hard to you want your team to root against other people also putting in tons of hard work and
absolutely
effort.
I mean, Roses, as with the university experience, is about having fun, making friends along the way. We want everyone to enjoy this experience. Absolutely, it's competitive as anything.
And Roses is quite unique as a varsity at university level. A lot of varsities take place between students in the same cities. So like Leeds varsity between Leeds Beckett. Whereas York and Lancaster were really far away from each other. It's all this historical tension over who should be king.
Absolutely. Hundreds of years of beef culminating in this badminton match in York.
And there's so many sports taking place over this weekend of various kinds. After this, I'm commentating hockey.
Oh, it should be a good time.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm doing lacrosse. So, but I had a hand in organising media coverage last year in Lancaster, and it's the sheer amount of sports happening this weekend. And I think outside of sports, of different societies who do collaborations.
Absolutely.
The amount of work that goes in to preparing and doing all these sports, and but organising the food stalls outside and the club nights and
absolutely
the accommodation, and
there's so much going on. So I'm massively appreciative to the whole team who has helped set up this wonderful weekend.
And it's
on behalf of the sports teams, I can say it's the biggest event of the year for everyone at York and everyone at Lancaster. So the fact that the preparations going into place are huge, and this is literally the pinnacle of the entire year for those sports people playing in Roses, and even for those watching, some of them. It is such a great event.
And it's a massive effort. Everyone cares. Everyone wants to win. No one's kind of putting like half effort. It's full determination to beat your
dedication,
opponent and
100%.
prove that actually York or Lancaster are the best, and the better
Absolutely.
one.
I mean, you can see what it means to some of the York players by the fact there is several alumni here just to join the team in their efforts to celebrate, support, and coach. So yeah, even graduates still come back because they know how much Roses means to people, but also to come back to see the people who they play badminton with for years. But yeah, it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an alumni, and I'm here because this is the best weekend to be in York of the year, because it's everyone's here.
Absolutely, everyone can get involved.
Everyone who's cares anything about this weekend and how much time and effort's put in is great. And the weather yesterday was so nice.
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to join yesterday because the exam season still rocks on.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We put so much effort in the middle of doing dissertations and exams and essays, and
the fact that there are people who are so committed when they have such work.
Our sound engineer is currently revising mathematics. So, I'm sure there's people down sitting on the court side also on their phones thinking, I've got to write this essay as soon as it's over. It's due next week.
But this is a testament to the importance.
And especially all the people coming over from Lancaster who have to leave their very nice beds and rooms and life to travel on a coach.
And to potentially, if they're staying over, lay on a dusty lecture floor.
Yeah.
I
specifically feel bad for people sleeping in the physics building.
Oh,
because the windows to the lake, if you've ever been to York campus and you've walked around the lake, gone by the physics building, there's no blinds or curtains. It's just these massive ceiling to floor windows that anyone can see into.
Yeah, so there's little to no privacy, but yeah, there you go. That's part of the student lifestyle.
Yeah, motion sensitive lights, which is great when you've got 100 people in there.
That's fun, very fun. Yeah, Lancaster already back on court, swarming up, ready for their next matches. York still offering tactics to each other and words of support.
Lancaster's still got that lead overall, obviously, in all of Roses. I've heard some predictions that people think it might be all over by this afternoon.
It might be over by this afternoon?
Yeah.
Well, for the sakes of competition, let's hope it's not. We want this to go right to the wire, no matter who wins.
It's much better when this is, for competition. It's been sad in the recent years that it hasn't been so competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the time I was at university, Lancaster won, so it'd be nice to see a competitive Roses.
Absolutely. I think also it builds for the atmosphere for the badminton here. Part of the reason why it's such a great atmosphere, so much cheering and energy, is because people know that this really does matter for the University of York and for the City of York as well. Once the 172.5 points have been reached, then although it's still great fun to play these matches, it does lose some of the gravitas, the weight that it otherwise would have.
So, currently you can listen to and watch badminton, obviously, because we're here, but there are lots of other sports going on this weekend. So currently, if you want to, you can listen to and watch rugby union men's thirds, hockey women's seconds, basketball women's firsts, handball men's, football women's firsts, darts women's firsts, and tennis women's firsts.
A lot of sports to watch.
I would recommend sticking
A lot
around
to tune in. Absolutely.
because this is about to get started again, and it will be a very interesting competitive thing. But if you do get a bit bored, or when this ends, you can go on the Roses Live website and listen to so many different sports this weekend.
Absolutely. It's a festival of sport. You should, always be tuning in. The fans have already got started again, drumming and chanting. No doubt, by the end of today, at least, some people will have lost their voices.
I almost guarantee it, yeah.
As often happens.
People have brought buckets to use as drums, which is some real commitment. Lots of white and red out in the audience. Commitment to the real theme of Roses, which is red versus white.
Ironically, the first mixed pair for York, Andrew and Alicia, are both representing Japan and therefore have supporters with a Japan flag, which is both red and white. But
well,
there you go.
There's a phrase in student media which is "roses are pink."
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a real embodiment of that. Which might not be the idea as a York supporter, but I appreciate it.
Court 2 is underway. Andrew and Alicia playing against Lancaster's third pair, I believe. It's currently 2-1 to Lancaster. And
wow.
Lancaster have been shown for the first time this match that Andrew's smash is not one to be reckoned with. Do not give him those easy lifts, because he will punish.
That was ferocious.
And again, it's 3-2, 2 in a row. Can he keep going?
Wow. And that kind of builds up a sense of momentum when you get a shot like that twice in a row. Really gives you some confidence going in, especially at the beginning of the match, where you really want to just establish some control of the game.
And the opposite can be true. If Lancaster becomes scared to lift, then that limits their shot opportunities.
Yeah, but what you don't want to do is become, complacent.
And there you go. It's the third time in a row. Andrew's smash is what wins the rally. It is truly a weapon. And the whole hall erupts under the chanting of Ravi.
Yes, some ferocious chanting.
Yeah, court 1 is going at it. Court 3 about to start, hoping for a better outcome than the first
yes,
match.
York is hoping for a better outcome. Lancaster, I'm pretty happy, I feel, with probably how the first few games went.
Absolutely. I wouldn't assume they'd be too chuffed with the state of this match on the twos. They won a huge point off a net kill. Miscommunication from Andrew and Alicia. 5-4 to York still. Lancaster to serve. York still practicing serves on court 3. The flat game is deadly. Nam is doesn't have the control at the net to punish York.
The match on court 3 is just getting underway with a point from Lancaster.
Louis demonstrating his consistency in his attack, breaks them down after a few shots. Oh, that is wonderful from the York players on court 3. The big man there showing his size and strength, reaching deep into Akari's half court because of his long limbs. unfortunate for Ricari.
Yeah, forced into an error there.
Absolutely, a big smash from Henrik. 2-2 on court 3. 3-2 on court 3 to York.
Yeah, York still have the early lead on court 2.
9 points to 6. Oh, that was an incredible recovery from Henrik on court 3. Almost on the floor. Now dispute whether about the serving potentially. Hopefully resolved. I think a warning from to Henrik about not serving too high.
Yeah, but they have still got the point, so it's now 3-all. York have the lead on court 2 with 11 points to Lancaster 7. So they're taking a short break before they get back underway.
A tiny net kill from Henrik. Across net, which was slightly too high from Akari. Oh, that's a great cross drive from Akari. Leads to a wonderful smash from Adam.
Very exciting rally there. Good. Building with every shot. Lancaster hit the net there, meaning that York's advantage on court 3 have gone up to 3 points, meaning they're leading 7-4. And Lancaster once again hit the net from their serve, meaning York takes that point.
Oh,
in badminton, unlike tennis, there's no second serve, so if you mess up that serve, you lose the point.
Absolutely. Akari seems to be holding more of a forehand grip for her defense, which has brought her out a few times, but as just then seems to be quite a weapon with a cross drive.
Yeah, York, unlike kind of the last series of matches, are leading quite a lot in this round. Just a reminder, every team here will play each other once at a total of 9 games. The side with the most wins across those games wins. So basically it's first to 5 games.
Yeah.
And currently Lancaster have won 2 and York have won 1.
Absolutely. It seems like them on court 2, York are leading 13-9. On court 3, York are leading 9-7. So a better set of games, it seems, this time round compared to the first set of matches.
For York.
For York. They'll be hoping to keep their momentum going. But Lancaster are by no means out of this game.
No, it's...
This is just the first set after all. Oh, that's a very tiny drop from Lancaster on court 2.
The game over on court 1 is slightly harder for us to follow because there is no scorecard.
Sorry?
The game over in court 1 is a bit harder for us to follow because there's no scorecard.
Yeah, I think someone's writing with a pen on a whiteboard, but we can't see from over here. I believe that is 1 game, 1 set to Lancaster, but that's unclear.
But over on court 2 and 3, York are leading. It is first to 21 points. After the first team gets to 11 points, they do a short break, which is what's currently happening on court 3. But over on court 2, York have a 5-point lead.
That's a great drop on court 2 from Meta. Lancaster serve 13-17. The flick catches Andrew off guard, but he's able to win the attack with that big smash of his. Now 18-13. As long as they keep it consistent, it would be expected that York win this first set. As well played by York.
Yeah, York really got the consistency at the start of this set over on court 2 right at the beginning, and they've just kind of led for the entire game so far.
York team have won the first point back after the break on court 1, although the second point brings Louis tumbling to the floor. Hopefully no serious injuries, just a slip. York are back at it on court 3 as well. 11-8 is the score at the moment. Andrew, the more varied attack, causes problems for Lancaster, bringing the score to 20-15. Game point or set point. Akari can't keep her composure as she hits the shuttle under the net. 11-10 still on court 3. Andrew and Alicia win 21-15 in their first set.
They lost their first game, so this is a good comeback for them.
I think Andrew and Alicia won their first game.
Did they?
They were the only pair to have won their first game.
I thought
so.
The middle court one.
Yeah, they
right. They won their first set, but they lost their first game. Right? The one on court 1.
Oh, sorry, on court 1, yeah. I would say on court, what was it, Andrew and Alicia, this court, they won everything so far.
Right, okay. Sorry for the miscommunication.
Yeah.
Lots of matches happening all at once here, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. It seems on court 3, Lancaster have taken the lead from York, 14-11. A 6-point stretch ended by Adam. Switching shuttle. Occasionally, that can be used as a tactical change in order to have a break, but it seems the shuttle might have just broken. Big smashes from Nam on court 1. Not a problem for Eloise Bryans. Henrik struggling on court 3.
Lancaster have come back from being behind York on court 3. Showing him really.
The Lancaster pair on court 2 just receiving tactics and tips from their president, Anne Schneer, who's not playing today, but will most certainly be playing tomorrow. That was a nice drop into the mid-court. Often known in mixed doubles as a divorce court because it splits the man and the woman. The scores are back to being very close on court 3, 15-16. And it's 16 all.
Yeah, very good smash shot there. That was almost violent.
The crowd is loving it. Dangerous attack, a deceptive lift. And the lift from Adam just goes out wide. From a big smash from Henrik. Very well played from Lancaster to recover that attack.
Ooh.
Louis turning out defensive. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Big point on court 3. Sends Henrik to the floor.
It's a big dive.
Absolutely.
Meaning the scores are level. Level on court 2 and 3, currently.
Yeah. Lancaster serve on court 3. 18 points to 17 to Lancaster. Very close. Anything could happen from here. It's a very nice drop. Trying to force Akari into the corner, but she recovers quickly. Adam can't get back in time for the flat lift. Louis and Eloise have finished or are halfway through their second set, it seems. Very well attacked from York, working that net.
Yeah, unless York do something special here on court 3, Lancaster do have 20
out.
points
Yeah.
and only need one more in order to win the set.
It's a big attack from Akari. She says, not yet. The win is still on the table. Lancaster, no doubt, will be wanting to end this as quickly as possible.
But York still do need to win this next point to keep in the game.
It's a big smash from Adam.
And they do achieve
19 to 20. One more point and it's too clear, and that gives them a bit of breathing room. Adam serve. Big, very flat game. Henrik in the attack. Adam's in a sticky situation, keeps it alive.
Oh.
Henrik with the attack. 21 points to Lancaster, 19 to York.
Meaning it's one set each over on court 3. And they'll take another short break.
Big win for Lancaster there.
Meaning, but it's...
They win the first set.
But it's still all to play for on court 2. York have the lead by 5 points, but anything can change very, very quickly if the momentum shifts. But it hasn't yet. That's another point to York.
Well played from Alicia, one of the more experienced players on this team. She's been the ladies captain for 2 years and on the A team for 4. It's clear why, as today. She has been very consistent and strong, but no easy feat for her. Lancaster are playing some great badminton. It's a wonderful drop from Meta on court 2. Lancaster serve on court 2. The match is just getting back underway on court 1. Louis, high lift to Nam. We know that's dangerous, but Louis takes it in his stride. The singles defense means he's got a huge reach on that defensive side of the game.
Oh.
Eloise struggles under that big smash from Nam.
Yeah, massive shot from Nam. Just too much for her.
Eloise's delicious net play right there. Alicia from Lancaster is really struggling with it.
Over on court 3, they're about to start going again on their final tiebreaker set. York took the first set, Lancaster took the second in a very close matchup. So, and Lancaster take the first point.
With pairs this close, it will be a match of nerves, consistency. Very little in terms of skill to split them. So it'll be who's better on the day. At the moment, it's 2 points to love for Lancaster, so it seems them. But again, 2 points out of 21. Not decisive in the slightest. Adam rises to the occasion. Kills the serve, and it's a Akari serve. Oh, that's a huge attack. Henrik keeps it alive with great defense from the floor, but Adam says no, shuts down the point. Big smash down the line.
Yeah. That was a great rally, create a load of space on the, from our perspective, left of the court, and just allowed him to get that shot in there if there's no hope of Lancaster replying.
On court 2, the match has got underway. It's 13 points to 8 to York. Andrew to serve.
Yeah.
Andrew of York.
That lead briefly got smaller, but they've pulled it out again. They're really dominating in that match.
Absolutely. This should be one of the strongest teams York has to offer for a while. A lot of these players are leaving next year, all but Adam potentially.
Yeah.
And it looks like Adam's frustration makes it look like he's broken a string, so he's going to have to change rackets. Might take a bit of getting used to, a few points. And so, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
They were the only team to win from York to win their first match. So they'll want to keep that going. Hopefully changing the racket won't mess up too much for them because, well, we want the team to win because they're the best team athletically, not because their equipment broke.
Absolutely. A lot of flick serves from Lancaster, causing some problems for those who are just not ready. Adam returns it, but the point fizzles out with a Lancaster win. 6 points to 3 on court 3.
Yeah, this is a tiebreaker set, so.
That was a good read from Akari. Pushes it down the line, but it's just too hard. Goes out the back. Andrew's teeing up for a big smash. Not winning the rally yet, but it seems the racket has not deterred him. What a rally. Big smash from Lancaster, forcing a difficult situation. That's just out the back. No, it was just in. My bad. The change in cheers from York to Lancaster, as many, me included, thought it was out to begin with.
You can really tell what's happening on these courts by the reactions of the York fans.
Oh my word! A diving net, almost a tape tickler by Adam. Plays the shot into open space.
Wow, that was quite a dive. Hopefully he's okay.
Absolutely, extremely acrobatic. Now he's got to wipe the floor so his sweat doesn't inhibit the playing for the rest of the match.
Looks like he might have knocked over some stuff, but looks like he's doing good.
The crowd is absolutely loving the acrobatics here.
Yeah, you see players diving all over the place to try and get these hits in.
The loose shots, yeah.
Real commitment.
In the university scene, Adam is one of the more senior players, so you wouldn't expect maybe such frantic leaping for the shuttle, but he has the energy. So don't let the age fool you. He will keep going for it.
Yeah, I think it's no one's first move, but if it's needed, well, it's needed.
Absolutely. Good kill. Adam does not let the loopy net drop shot fly. On court 2, the points it's gotten closer once again. 16 to 14 to York.
Yeah. Lancaster need to win that set in order to stay in the match. York would probably like to win that set, but it is not as crucial. They've won the first set, so they can afford to go to lose this. Absolutely.
They'll be wanting, Adam and Alicia will be trying to end it as quickly as possible to conserve their energy. Their final match will be against the Lancaster ones pair, who will invariably be the toughest. So they'll be wanting to end this as quick as possible, so they've got the energy and aren't overly tired for that match. On court 3, it's getting closer again. 10 points to 10.
Wow.
York to serve. And this third set is truly a nail-biter. It was never over to begin with, but both sides are making compelling case to show that roses are either white or red.
Wow. Now they're taking a break there.
Break at 11.
We're getting towards probably the end of the match on court 2. But it is still so close that maybe this might end up as a 2-point game. where
Absolutely.
you just have to
Andrew and Alicia seem to be pulling away for a few points and then giving up, becoming complacent and losing their pace. They're currently 19-17 up, only 2 points before they've won their second game. The game plan seems consistent, and it's out 20-17 to York. Yeah, the game plan seems consistent. Alicia's trying to win, play the net, and take control of the rally until that forces them to lift. At which point Andrew has his big smash.
It's all right, I'm just standing in for... Do you want to explain what's going on at the moment?
So far, Lancaster up 2-1 in games. Both court, the first and third pair, or the courts 1 and 3 were won by Lancaster. Court 2 was won by York. Court 3 is an absolute nail-biter. 12 points to 11. And York have just won the second game. Court 2, Andrew and Alicia have beat Meta and her partner of Lancaster. That makes it 2-2 in games. Even McStevens, as they say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what happens with Louis and Eloise, and in this third set between Adam and Akari and Henrik and his partner, will be what splits these two teams.
Really close now between York and Lancaster. I mean, there's a reason why Lancaster won last year and York win the important that. They're quite evenly spread.
Absolutely. It flip-flops both ways, especially with the university sports teams like this. It is the case that some people will just graduate, or there'll be years where almost the whole team will graduate, and that causes big problems for the team. And it depends on which freshers students, which master's students are coming back. So that's why it can really be a big change both ways. But at the moment, it seems like York are just about winning, 14-13 on court 3. Court 1 is unclear, but it is very close either way.
Yeah.
Louis and Eloise are trying to keep the shuttle flat to stay away from Nam's big smashes. Nam rushes the net but plays it into the net.
Nam was not happy with that.
Absolutely not. Unfortunate from the Lancaster pair on that end court.
It's really close. I think it's 12-13. Now 13-13. It's quite hard to read. We're trying to read off a whiteboard at the other side of the pitch for court 1, but every point counts, especially
Absolutely.
on court 3, where it is 15-15.
Neck and neck. It's 16-15 to Lancaster now. Unforced error from Makari. We do not, or the York team do not want any of those anymore. It's gonna, and it's back to 16 all.
Yeah, I mean, the entire set, it's been like this. I don't think there's a moment where one team has gone more than 2 points ahead.
Makari makes up for Bruce's error. A lovely net shot, deceptive, right into the tram lines. Puts York into the lead, 17-16, 18-16 to York. And the game has ended on that end court.
I think York have won that set, at least, on court.
Lancaster don't seem happy about the way they're
I believe
walking
York
away
have
from
won.
the court.
I think, from my sources, of the Roses Live website, I think, oh no, sorry, that's from a while ago. Sorry, this is incredibly hard sport when there's so much going on. I don't want to give you that accurate information, but accurate information we do have is that York have 19 points to Lancaster's 17 on court 3, which is a position they definitely...
A double touch from York.
Double touch there.
18-19.
18-19.
Serve.
See the fans running over to give the only game currently still going all of their support.
That's a great shot from Akari into that deep tram line.
So close to the line, so close to the edge.
Henrik tried to leave it, thinking it was going out, but it was just in. This is a moment of nerves. This is a moment of pressure. This is the moment that counts.
Oh.
And it is
no.
York's game.
Wow.
21-18. York win. It is 4-2. As far as I'm aware, the fans are absolutely loving it.
Yes. Yes. So, just sending out our field correspondent to make sure we have the up-to-date information of what's happening on court 1, get all of the correct scores to make sure we currently think it is 4 matches, 4 games to York, 2 to Lancaster, but there is a chance that it's actually even currently and it's 3-all. So while we're waiting for that information, I'll do a quick recap of what's happened so far. In the first round of matches, remember there'll be 9 matches total. We have done 6. We're about to go into the final 3. In the first round of 3 matches, Lancaster won 2 of the matches and York won 1 of them. Now, we think in this last round of matches, York won 2, and Lancaster won 1, meaning it's all really still to play for. It's first to 5. That is the key number. There are 9 matches. It's the first to 5 across all of these teams. So whoever wins the next kind of set of matches is really what's going to decide it. Whatever happens now, what we do know is that everyone has played and done really, really well. This hasn't been a wipeout for York or Lancaster. It has been really even. There's been no match that I've really watched where I've gone, oh, well, Lancaster or York have been amazing. They've been, like, you know, destroying their opposition. It's been so even-handed, so well done. I especially enjoyed watching the last match on court 3 because it was York won the first set, Lancaster won the second, and the third set it was so even. It was no one went, you know, more than 2 points ahead of the other, and York ultimately took it. But that was at no point, you know, inevitable. It was nail-biting, effectively. So, to do a quick recap on all of Rose's, either team needs 172.5 points to win. York are currently on 60, but Lancaster are still on 61. This hasn't changed, actually, for the entire time we've been commentating, but still to play for. So, what's the update?
So, it seems we were mistaken. Court 1 has lost their game. Court 2 has obviously won both their games. But on Court 3, it was not a win to York. That was their second set, so they're now going to the third set.
That was the second set?
That was their second set. So the first set went to Lancaster. That set, as we just saw, which we thought was the third set, went to York.
How did that happen?
And so now it is third set, going to be the third set.
Okay, so the score currently is
3-2 to Lancaster.
3-2 to Lancaster. Wow.
In the main hall, the University of York, Roses are looking quite red.
Yeah, I mean, but if York gets this, it's all tied up going into the final 3 matches.
Absolutely. And the final 3 matches will be the first seeds rankings playing against the first seed, second seed against second seed, and third seed against the third seed. So that should be neck and neck. The fact that Adam and Akari are pushing the Lancaster pair this this far indicates their next match should have a better outcome. Lancaster have warmed into this first set better than York. 2 points to love. People coming from around the hall to crowd around this one court as they are the only ones playing. Oh, that's a lovely cross drop from Henrik. Good read, sees the open space and executes.
Yeah, York finally got their first point on the board, which is what you want. You want to, don't want to get locked out.
Absolutely. York can set the pace, being the servers. Unfortunately, not like that. Adam tries to play a spinning backhand smash, turns into a dud, but on to the next point. It's a great drop from Akari that opens up options for Adam.
Wow.
And it's good rotation. Henrik does not have quite the reach or speed to get to that shuttle, but a great point nonetheless. 4-3 to Lancaster on this singular solo court.
There's a real circle forming around this, and all the tension is focused.
Great change of direction from Adam. 4-4. It is these sorts of moments.
Yeah, just as it was in the last set. So tied up. There's nothing between them.
Oh, the energy is electric, and Henrik does not bow down to that stress, that atmosphere. Big smash from Henrik, keeps attack going, plays it out. York going to be hoping for more of those inconsistencies from the Lancaster team and vice versa. Keeping the shuttle in is going to be the aim of the game. With increased pressure, increased stress, it seems that Lancaster are buckling a bit more, trying to play the high-risk shots, win those points quicker, and yet York just plays it into the net off the serve.
Wow. Tension's palpable.
Big smash from the York pair.
York have the lead, but it is very narrow. And could all change over the course of...
That's a big smash. Akari doesn't cover the tram lines. Henrik sees that and exploits it.
Everyone's just got to keep their nerve and stay calm. Try not to get too frustrated when things go wrong.
If Akari plays that net game, wins those net shots, then that will be a massive advance for them. Henrik looking increasingly frustrated, potentially with his partner.
Yeah.
Henrik is not happy. That's going to play on both him and his partner. He'll try and win more points. His partner's going to feel more pressure to play those shots, and that is not good for either of them. It's not something that York will be able to exploit, but it may benefit them.
Ooh.
It's a great shot from Henrik's partner.
Yeah, York's 3-point lead has gone down to 2. But I'd rather be York in this scenario than Lancaster.
Big smash from Akari from the half court. Pushes their lead to 11-8. They'll both all go have a drink quickly. It is exhausting when you play those 3-setters, so they need that drink. They'll swap sides given that it is 11 points in the third set. And this means that Lancaster will have their backs to the rowdy, loud York fans.
So how long are these breaks in between, in the middle of sets?
So the breaks can be as long as both pairs want. I think it's at a professional level there may be a time limit, but it's very much depends on.
At the student level, it's just what's comfortable and what's
Absolutely
helps you to feel in a better position to continue the set and keep up the concentration.
Exactly. Neither pair wants to rush themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so much happening in this match, so much going on over and over again that.
Yeah.
Probably,
They're back on.
Sorry. Yes, they're about to start again.
Yeah, back underway. Akari to serve. Henrik smashes at Akari, is very effective, causing problems. 9 points to Lancaster, 11 to York. Akari is dominating that net play and works it through. That is where the points are coming from for York. Especially with the mounting pressure of Henrik.
Yeah.
Henrik's putting on his partner.
The fans are so loud every time Lancaster make a mistake or York score a point.
Absolutely.
It must be quite daunting as an experience. Oh.
Oh no, it seems Adam has broken a string as well.
Wow.
He's asking for the racket of someone else, which means that he's not going to be well adjusted to this racket either.
Wow. Okay, gearing up to get restarted again, Lancaster. Or is it York to serve? York to serve.
York
Akari.
serve, 13 points to 9. Adam borrowing the racket of Louis. One shot, 1 point that Adam wins.
He seems
Not
to be adjusting pretty well.
Absolutely. That's a good attack from Henrik. Seems he's trying to take control of the net, given that Akari's winning the net battle against her female counterpart. Not that time. Into the net. But Lancaster are still trailing 11 points to 14. Henrik to serve to Adam. Adam, deceptive return. Akari thinks it's going out, leaves it, and it's in by an inch or so.
Misjudgment there, but...
Conversation between Adam and Akari to make sure they're on the same page, whose shot is whose.
How much of mixed doubles relies on communication?
Oh, a vast quantity. In all badminton doubles, it is a lot of... There's a double touch from the York team. A lot of it is communication. Knowing where each other are is the name of the game. If you can predict, if you know where your partner is, then you can apply pressure, which forces shots. And the tactics develop from there. In mixed, because the woman player tends to be playing at the front, winning those net shots, and the man typically with a bigger smash will take the back. It's an even bigger tactical.
Yeah. So the score is now 14 to Lancaster, 15 to York. So it's come back to be quite close again. They're really regaining ground over in Lancaster.
Out the back from Adam.
That's the second shot in the row that's gone out from York.
Absolutely, 15 all. Henrik to serve. Great shot from Adam. Right on the tram line. Causing major problems at the front court. 16 points, 15, Akari to serve. A Lancaster player plays a short net shot. Akari tries to kill it, but doesn't have the composure to bring it over the net.
16 all.
Lancaster to serve to Akari. Net shot. Adam drives it down the line, change direction from Henrik, consistent move from him. And Adam plays it to the body. Henrik doesn't have control. It's becoming a consistent pattern, which I think Adam is noticing. Driving it down the line, Henrik wants to change the direction into space, and Adam predicted it, giving him the upper hand. Henrik is not happy with his partner. His partner is feeling it very much. She is understanding that both the York fans, the Lancaster fans, and her own partner, which is the worst, are not happy with how she's playing.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure of this is terrible. I mean, especially with everyone's attention being on just this match at the moment, unlike any of the other matches where there had been multiple going at once. This specifically must be one of the hardest to be part of.
19 points to York, 17 to Lancaster. Henrik attacks it straight at Akari. Does not have control. 18 points to Lancaster. They've got the momentum now, 2 points in a row. Lancaster to serve. Can they keep the composure that they need? Akari playing to the net because he knows that's where the pressure is. Does not come back. 20 points to York, 18 to Lancaster. It's a huge match.
Yeah.
Huge point.
Lancaster needs this.
Great backhand from Adam. That's 21 to Adam. 21 points to York, Adam and Akari against Lancaster. Henry throws his racket in frustration, and that means 3-all to York against Lancaster. They are even Stevens at the moment. The last set of games, 1s versus 1s, 2s versus 2s, 3 versus 3s, will decide who is the winning team.
Yeah, you can see the real joy in the York team there for getting that all level. Congratulations to Lancaster though, they played really well.
Absolutely, that was an incredible match.
It was amazing. They had so much pressure on them with that York home crowd who would not be quiet.
Absolutely.
At any point.
It was a difficult situation to be in, and they held out right until the end.
Yeah.
But in the end, yeah, 21 points to 18 for York.
Yeah.
And that's in the third set. That's 3 games apiece.
Yeah, incredibly exciting. Well played match there. Yeah, sure. Just put that there. Yes. So, my co-commentator runs off for a few minutes. That's been some of the most exciting badminton I've ever seen in my life. The crowd was so good. So much concentration on just willing their team to like get that next point and keep that game going. Real like tears from some of those Lancaster players. Unfortunately losing out on those points, but with another 3 games still to go in this, with each team on the 3 points, whoever wins 2 of the next games wins Badminton Mixed Doubles at Roses 2025, and both teams really want it. It's not the kind of thing, like, especially when you've gone through all of that and you've played those games, you've already played 2 and you've still got the 3rd one. You really just want to show up for your side and give it your all, because, well, I mean, you only get to do this if you're a student and you're part of these teams a maximum of really 3 times. Maybe you're a master's student, you come here for 4 years, maybe you get to do it 4 times. But if you're like me, when I was a student, there was only 1 home Roses for me. There was only 1 year that it was at my university while I was a student. So this might be your only chance to perform in front of Roses at a home crowd. So best of luck to everyone playing in the next 3 games. I hope you stick with us to watch it. It's going to be really exciting. In terms of Roses as a whole, York is still on 60 points and Lancaster is still on 91 points. We are no closer to seeing who's in control of Roses in general. The magic number there is 172.5. We're still a while away from that. Lancaster is obviously closer by about 30 points, 31 points to getting there, but they still have to win, you know? It's very easy for York to kind of go, oh, well, they're already 30 points ahead. It's already not close. But as we can see with the Badminton, anything can change. Anything can get closer. The first round of matches, Lancaster had quite a considerable lead. They were winning most of those matches by quite a lot. Going into the final round, we're seeing the firsts play against the first, the seconds play against the seconds, and the thirds play against the third. So it's the most even of all of the matches. It is like the even pairs playing against each other. So it's the best.
Their opposite number in terms of the seedings. Here we have on court 3, warming up, is Lancaster's 3rd seed. They were just beaten by Andrew and Alicia, so their spirits will not be as high as Akari and Adam, who've just had a tremendous win in 3 sets over their counterparts. Alicia and Andrew looking ripe and ready against their big matchup. They're hoping to get a clean sweep today, not a set dropped, but we will see. We will see.
Just to bring you some other results from around Roses, Lancaster won men's handball with 27 points to York's 23. In Climbing, bouldering, Open A, York won with 552 points to Lancaster's 547. In climbing, bouldering, Women A, York also won with 410 points to Lancaster's 375. In football, women's firsts, Lancaster won, which at the full time the score was York 0, Lancaster 1. So, while Lancaster is winning, that lead has shortened slightly, with lots of thanks going there to climbing for York. York apparently won quite decisively in both of those categories.
Yep. Just in this warm-up, we've seen Andrew has broken another one of his strings. That has been a typical feature of his game in the past 2 years at York. With such a big smash, he does tend to break strings fairly often. But that's the second one today, which is not the regular frequency. One of the alumni of York, who had restringed some of the rackets, now has a busy job of 4 rackets to get to the players who are playing tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So he's got the difficult job of trying to get that done as quick as possible while still enjoying the celebrations of Roses this year. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, no more broken strings, no more problems today, but we will see.
How frequent are broken strings in badminton?
So typically the rule of thumb, which I've heard, is the number of times you would train per week is the number of times you'd get a racket restrung in a year. So as a York team, we train 3 times a week. I mean, plus matches. And if you account for 1 match a week, that'd be 4 times a week. So do you account for getting your rackets restrung on average 4 times a year? I think Andrew very much supersedes that, given, as I said, his big smash, which we've all seen today. And his tendency, therefore, to hit the shuttle, maybe not entirely in the middle of the racket.
Something we talked about before the match was that one of the things he's known for is that smash, and that it's quite impactful into the game and make a real difference, but also clearly makes a real difference to his racket.
Indeed. There was concerns had about whether he'd be able to play today. He showed injury concerns on Wednesday and planned to miss training on Thursday. So there was very much concern about whether or not he would be able to play today or tomorrow. So the fact that he can play is wonderful already. Therefore, and also the fact that he's doing a lot of winning is also wonderful.
Yeah, so far it's working out for him.
Indeed.
See if he keeps it going through this next match and, of course, into tomorrow for the next round of matches.
Yeah. Andrew's now going to be going toe-to-toe with Nam, the other big smasher in the building. So far he's showed consistent big attacks, which have been a very useful weapon for his play style. The matches have got some of the matches have got underway, only on court 3. It is 3-3, 3 points apiece, Akari to serve against Lancaster. Adams bailing Akari out of jail after a missed shot, but now the shot went out.
So over in court 3, we have the 3rd seeds from both universities. And that's true for every single match that's about to start. There will now be the first seeds are together, the second seeds together, the third seeds together. So in theory, this is create the most even matches of the entire series.
Absolutely. Both of the men's, with both the first seeds, they have had, they've won both their matches each, so undefeated, which should be a very tough game for both of them. On court 1, both pairs have lost both their matches, as far as I'm aware, so maybe they should be listed as 3rd seed. I may be mistaken, but again, one of them is going to get a win today, and then on court 2, or court three. Both have won one, so it is as even as it gets. Lancaster currently leading 7 points to 5 on court 3.
But it looks like they're about to really get underway on both courts, 1 and 2 now. So we will have lots more badminton to cover.
Absolutely. One would think that the York team would want to slow down the tempo of play, given they just played the most badminton so far today, where they're rocking on. Yeah, losing 6-8, but 6-9, but they are still playing very well and showing no slowing in their pace today. 10-6 to Lancaster. Adams offering words of advice to his partner after several straight points of an unsuccessful rallies. Now, court 1 begins. Eloise plays a high lift to Meta, who is under, no doubt, a lot of pressure, given the stick that Henrik was putting on her last match. Eloise wins that almost singles match in the half court against Meta and is trying to force that again.
Wow.
Henrik is becoming increasingly frustrated, and it seems like Yorks has a single agenda, and that is to push her to the back and push Meta into difficult situations. It is cruel, but unfortunately both teams want to win, so it would be unwise not to go for the weaknesses of their opponents. The ones match is underway. Big smash from Nam. He's the first one to get off his big smash. 2 points to 2. Lancaster to serve on court 2.
On court 3, they're about to start getting going again. Lancaster in the lead on 11 points, and York of only 6. Ooh. Yeah, Lancaster maintaining a 6-point lead on court 3. But on court 2, it is level.
Adam taking control of the court on court 3. Playing the shot out. 13 points to 6. It's not seemingly entirely effective at the moment, but as we saw in the previous match, there is absolutely the possibility to turn things around. From a 1-set deficit, they came back and won 3-2. As a reminder, we're currently level on 3 games apiece, make it difficult to call a winner this early on, despite 6 games having been played. Miscommunication on the Lancaster third court, from Lancaster on the third court. The deficit's been cut down to 5. 9-4. Sorry, 19-14. Yeah, 9-14 on court 3. York is still trying to exploit that weakness, or the weaknesses of Lancaster's backcourt on court 1. Louis the flick serve. Yeah. Oh, wonderful spinning backhand drop. Akari leaves it, but Adam was out of position, doing too much that rally.
Oh.
Court 2, it looked like it hit the floor, but it was played anyway. Lancaster didn't stop the rally.
Yeah, that was a great save there.
Absolutely.
Oh, Dedication kept that alive.
Good attack from Adam. York is still very much behind, 16-11 to Lancaster, but York to serve. And it's unclear what the future holds for them. On court 2, it's now 8-all level after a big kill from Andrew. Oh, Huge games across the board, very even. It seems like York are winning on court 1 against Henrik and Meta. The stress and concern of having both players is getting to them. Henrik leaving a shot which was at least an inch in.
Yeah.
Adam struggling under pressure, turning to the net. Big attack. Huge. That's a massive smash from Lancaster on court 1, 3. Adam turns the tables. He's now on the attack. Akari's attack.
Wow. Just
Big
keeps
smash.
going.
The defense is incredible. Cross court from Akari.
Wow.
That is a wonderful piece of play from both pairs. Difficult to call them apart from that rally alone.
Yeah.
But Lancaster are still in the lead.
Yeah.
18 points to 13.
There's a real fight for that point. Everyone was giving it their
Absolutely.
all. It just kept going, that rally, back and forth, back and forth. Everyone giving it their all. And yet they kept finding ways to return the shots. It was real until ultimately it got thrown out. But
Absolutely. On both courts 1 and 2, there is a break in play at 11. On court 2, it is York who is winning, 11 points to 19. Big kill from Akari on court 2. On court 1, it seems like York is also winning, but unclear of the score. Adam is not letting up. It's 15-18. He's coming back from their aim is to come back from a 6-point deficit, which is difficult, but not unheard of. Huge attack from Akari. Oh, unfortunately into the net. She's going to be hoping to put that one behind her. The pressure from Lancaster is building. 19-15 to Lancaster on court 3. 12-11 to York on court 2. So that on court 3, we have 20 points to Lancaster, 15 to York. And there's another one to York. There's 5 points or 4 points in a row have to be won by York in order to get any success from this set. But their aim will be to win those 4 points. If nothing else, tie them out. Wonderful attack. He's too big at the net, Adam is. It's difficult to get him past him when he's in a difficult defensive position.
yes, we're just trying to send someone down to court 1 to give us a score.
Adam's trying to take control of this court 3. From a 6-point deficit, it is now 20 points to Lancaster, 18 to York.
Wow, that's
So
a massive climb.
a big comeback, but as
Big
we've seen
comeback.
previously, that does not mean that it's York's yet.
No, York have to keep winning these points.
Every single point, and that's it. That is one set to Lancaster, 21-18. Yeah, very much well earned. They seemed like they were buckling in the final quarter,
Yeah.
but they absolutely had the composure to keep it going.
Lancaster did have a big lead for most of that match.
Similarly,
But on court 2, York do have 15 to Lancaster's 14.
Andrew's reading the play, playing it cross-court, working in those angles. The score is now 18 points to 14 on court 2. The ones seed playing each other. This is a deficit which will not want to lose. Keeping the momentum going into the final set will be, or the second set will be huge for them. But unforced errors like that from Alicia are going to be causing, break that momentum. That's the smash. Is that racket number 3? Mr. Andrew Harvey has broken strings on 3 rackets today. an absolute menace to the restring machine.
Wow.
That would be, what, 48 pounds that he's sending to the restringers. Maybe more. If he could get himself some sort of subscription, that would save him a bunch of money. But people don't tend to break that many strings. Big smash once again. Lancaster are calling it out. Oh, in, sorry. It is 20 points to York, 16 to Lancaster on court 2. York to serve.
They just need one more point.
Huge. Big smash from Andrew. Can't make it go. Alicia finishes it off with a tidy drop.
So on court 3, the first set went to Lancaster, but on court 2, it went to York.
Very nice. The third set is, or the second set is underway for York. Lancaster currently taking the lead, 3 points to love. And the first set is still going on court 1. Oh, that's a fantastic drop from Ricari. Right into the tram lines from the back corner, across court. If she keeps that sort of consistency and accuracy up, then it'll be smooth sailing, but not so far. 4-1 to Lancaster from Adam's trying to cover too much ground to make up for Akari's poor shot.
Wow. Big early lead on court 3 for Lancaster. On court 1, I believe York is in the lead on 19 to Lancaster 17, but
momentum is not moving in York's direction on court 3. Adams' big attack is causing big problems. That's what it's about. The Frenchman is going at it. Eloise on court 1. Very nice drop. Drop to the other side, cause Henrik to be on the floor. Change of attack. Defense is solid. Metas it. And finally, Henrik is showing great appreciation to his partner on court 1.
I believe it might be 19-19 now. I believe the score on court 1 is 19-19.
Wowee, as Coach Mike says.
But I can't see.
Henrik to serve. Lou trying to move Henrik around. Solid defense, not good enough. York is making a comeback on court 3. 8-4, 8-5 to Lancaster still, but they're moving in the right direction, or towards their right direction. Great movement, maintaining a stable structure. Oh, behind the back from Adam. Can he keep it going? If he wins the point, that will be worthy of a highlight reel, surely. Keeps it going. He's carrying the rally quite consistently. Playing almost singles on this court.
Oh,
and Lancaster hits it out. What a rally from Adam. Incredible badminton. Akari says well done. Offers.
Oh.
But York on court 1.
York is 20-20 over on court 1.
Some great badminton. The chance and focus are all on court 1. If they can get this first set, it'll put them in a great place for York to win the mixed overall. Big smash from Henrik. Doesn't go. Big smash from Henrik. The defense is strong. They're just challenging him, trying to tie him out almost. Eloise is on the floor, gets it back. Oh my word, what a match.
Wow.
What a point. That was incredible play. Both Henrik and Eloise end up on the floor in that point. Crazy diving shots. But There you go. It's not over yet.
No.
Henrik will be exhausted after those big smashes. A lot of movement. And now it's Louis' time to attack. He's got a big smash as well. And it worked. The defense doesn't return the shuttle. Okay. On court 3, Lancaster are leading York 11 points to 8. And it seems for the potentially final point of the set, they're getting a new shuttle for court 1.
Over court 2, Lancaster do have a 5-point lead. And on court 3, a 3-point lead. But on court 1, it's tied. Where it was, just went out. York hit it too far. So now 22 points to Lancaster, 21 points to York.
In the last set, the Lancaster players did not fare well under the high pressure of a 2-point difference. Is that different now? It's unclear whether that went in. Oh, Lancaster calling a shot out, which the entirety of the hall seems to think was in. It's controversial, but not our place to say. We do have cameras, but that's not what they're here for.
Yes, no, action replays, unfortunately.
There you go. Maybe the eyes on them is what court 2 needed. They've finally started winning some points. 7-4 from 6-1. Can they get movement in the right direction? Court 3 is back in, is moving as well. 12-9 to Lancaster. Flick serve to Adam. Gives Lancaster the attack. Can Adam change direction? No, he can't. Straight back to the attacking player for Lancaster.
Yeah.
Too easy.
They were in a similar position in the last set. They did make a bit of a comeback. Not enough, unfortunately, for New York to take control of the set, but still a lot can change.
A swift kill by Adam puts the score at 10-14. 14 to Lancaster, 10 to York. And back to Lancaster, the serve goes 15-10. On court 2 is 8-6 to Lancaster. York to serve. Andrews wrong-footed, and lose a point shortly after. The change of direction puts Adam in a sticky situation on court 3.
Unlucky for York on court 3. They're 5 points behind now.
Lancaster are absolutely taking the lead. They have a tactic, it seems, and has not worked this time. In previous points, it seems they're trying to force Adam to one side and then a cross drive to the other, causing problems, and Akari's not moving quite quick enough. But yeah, for now, it is Lancaster are running away with it, 18 points to 13. Could it be over for Adam and Akari's journey? So Rose's mixed journey this year? Not yet. 14-18, Adam to serve. Court 1 is underway once again. And the first point is to York.
Yeah, it was so close between them in that first set that really anything can happen in this one. But York need to win if they want to stay both in the standings for the overall and in this match. So they'll really want to give it their all. Lancaster just need one more point on the court 3 to win the match and get another point for the overall standings. Luckily for York, they hit the net, but they'll just have to keep going again and again and again. And
21-16. That's a win for Lancaster on court 3.
which leaves us currently with Lancaster having 4 points and only needing to win one more game in order to win the whole series.
Absolutely. York won the first set on court 2, but Lancaster won the first set on court 1. It seems that Lancaster are winning on court 2.
York, I think, are in the lead. I think they have around 2 points each. Court.
4-3.
It's a very, I think currently the score on court 1 is 2 points to York, 5 points to Lancaster, but 3 points to York, 5 points to Lancaster, but it's all to play for, really. Both on court 1 and 2. Court 2 has just got back underway, and it is 10 points to York, 11 points to Lancaster. This is the first seeds of both York and Lancaster, so the best players both universities have at mixed doubles. So York won the first set, Lancaster is leading the second set. Its score currently on court 1 is 5-all. So, edge of the seat stuff.
Oh, Lou can't get the net shot to go. Another unforced error. On court 2, the score is 14 points to 11 to Lancaster, 11 to York. No letting up just yet. But Lancaster most certainly do have that advantage. To some extent, it does depend on how many times Andrew decides to change rackets because he's broken a string, but we will see. Great shot from Andrew, right on the line. 13-14, York to serve.
Over on court,
wow.
1, it is 6-all.
Delicious tape tickler from Louis there.
Or 7-6, it's 7-6 now. With York in the
Diving
lead.
shot from Nam. Alicia doesn't let that slide for much longer. 15-14 on court 2. Lancaster still leading, York serving.
Yeah, Lancaster had a lead this entire set over on court 2. It's now even 15-15, but we'll see if it's a real change in tide or if this is just a momentary blip.
York is now has the momentum, and they don't show any signs of letting up, except for now when Andrew hits it out. But there we go.
Court 1, it is 8-7. York still just in the lead.
Good serve on court 1. Great cross net from Eloise. That was wonderful. Wrong puts her opposite number and gets that point for York.
That brings the score to 9-8 to York, meaning York is leading both on court 1 and court 2 currently, with a 2-point lead on court 2. 18 points, Lancaster's 16, which getting close to the end.
Big smash from Henrik. Louis challenges him again. Not good enough. Eloise, defense was great. Couldn't counter-attack quite as she pleased. On court 2, it's 18-17 to York. Now 19. Unforced error from Nam, puts a shot in the net. And out. But the crowd's focus is on court 1 primarily. Big smash from Andrew. Stick smash right into Alicia. Two Alicias on court, but only one of them is winning today.
Yeah, and currently it is York's Alicia.
And that's the game. On court 2, Andrew and Alicia beat Alicia and Nam 21 points to 17.
They have won all of their games so far. Well, all of the games of this mixed doubles.
It's an incredible feat for them, and now everyone is swarming around that end court. They've just finished.
So they've just got, one of the teams has just got, York has got 11 points to Lancaster's 10.
There you go, 11-10 to York. Puts them in an advantageous position. Everyone who knows anything about badminton is coming over to offer advice. Akshat, formerly of the men's A team playing singles. Mike, the current coach and a former men's A's player. The next men's A's player, captain, or men's captain, Jerry's coming over to listen and see what he has to offer. But yeah, this is going to be an electric final game.
We're just moving some of our mics around to get a better view of the new court, court 1 for this section.
So yeah, the teams are not ready, still getting advice from their respective coaches.
Yeah, so we've also gotten a new counting card for the scores to make them easier to see, which is very nice. York does indeed have 11 points, so are winning going into this final bit. We're saying that, so if York win this set, they lost the first set, so we'll go to a third set. If Lancaster win, then Lancaster win this match, but not just this match, the entire tournament for mixed doubles.
Absolutely. It'll be a great shift in momentum for York overall, but especially for badminton. The rest of badminton, that's 4 disciplines, are played tomorrow between 8:30 and I think 2. So it'll be a lot of badminton, and although this one, according to Roses, counts for the least points, it is potentially the most skillful. The 3 men and the 3 women from each team who are the most suited to this discipline, but also the best, are competing. So this will have an impact far greater than the 1 point that Roses has allocated it.
So how many points is this worth?
So this is just worth 1 point. Both the open and the women's doubles, the A's, are worth 4 points, and the open and women's 2s are worth 2 points each. So this is worth the fewest number of points, but most definitely is, given that it's the first and potentially the most skillful, means so much more than that 1 point that has been the Constitution awards it.
Right. Well, the first point of the restart goes to Lancaster there, meaning the scores are all even. 11 points each. Lancaster are just having a brief conversation with each other, getting ready to serve the next shot.
Absolutely. The crowd is making their hopes and beliefs known, shouting Yorkshire, and Eloise and Louis respond accordingly, winning that point 12-11.
This is the Lancaster duo that were in that free set match earlier this afternoon. So they're probably going to be feeling the number of extra games they played pretty soon.
Big intense pressure on from Henrik onto Eloise. Force her to make an error. Henrik to serve now. All eyes. Louise on the attack. Henrik lifts to Louis. Big smash. Dives, but he takes a throw. Good point from Lancaster. Well played. Very tactically intelligent. Can they keep it up? Now that they're up 13 points to 12. Eloise leaves it. It's hesitant, but it is out. 13 all, neck and neck once again. The crowd will not let up. They want Lancaster to feel the pressure that they're under. They want them to feel like they are the away team. And as it stands, that is happening.
Neither of these teams have won any of the matches they've played so far today, so both of them will be really wanting it.
Absolutely. Despite incredible point won by Lancaster, despite them not winning their matches today, that does not take away from how incredible both pairs are. I know at least from the York side, both competed at the Bucks individuals tournament, and I assume so with Lancaster. I think Henrik won Tier 4 competition recently in Lancashire, which, for those of you who know badminton, is a very impressive feat. So he will not be wanting to give away any more points, any more matches than is strictly necessary.
Lancaster now have a 2-point lead.
Great punch clear from Eloise. Catches Meta off guard, wrong-footed, and now the score is 14 points to York, 15 to Lancaster. Eloise to serve. Big smash from Louis. Does not come back. Absolutely lethal. Cross the court. And Henrik is now offering tips to his partner. This is not the time for that, and will might cause more stress. But to be fair, Meta is playing well today. Into the net from Eloise or Louis. Can this go higher? That's fine. Another racket string potentially broken. Eloise is switching.
Well, okay, gearing up to start the next point. I guess serves.
Louis' big smash, very steep. That is one of the advantages of being 6'3". Eloise to serve, takes control of the net, doesn't want Henrik to get any sniff. Oh, that's a beautiful cross drive from Louis into the open space. Henrik probably trying to take too much control of that rally. He has little faith in his partner, it seems, from this match and the last. Eloise is incredibly confident at the net, playing extremely well, but couldn't find the kill when she needed to.
It's all so evenly matched.
17 all, Lancaster to serve. The return from Eloise is out. 18 points to 17. Lancaster to serve once again. Serve is in the net. That gives Louis a chance to serve. The tides may turn, and they might bring a fault in the confidence of the Lancaster team. Henrik's attack. Louis gives him another chance to Eloise. Big defense. And that's a lovely kill from Meta. Deep into the tram lines, very difficult for Eloise. Scores a 19-18. 2 points away from, Lancaster are 2 points away from winning the mixed badminton doubles. Great smash from Eloise.
Yeah,
Lead for, on the attack. Big smash again. He's done that 3 times in the past 5 minutes. The cross smash to Meta is causing a lot of problems. 19 all.
Even if York do win this set, they do have another one that they'd have to get through and win in order to get this.
The pressure
Lancaster.
is mounting
Yeah.
for York more than Lancaster. Eloise is on the floor. Louis does not matter. He's a singles player by nature, and he's winning that point on his own. 20 points to 19. York to serve.
York need 1 more point to get to 21. Lancaster are on 19. All comes down. Oh, that was hit the net. York hit the net. Gifting Lancaster 20 points.
20-20, 2 points clear. Meta to Eloise. Flick serve, dropped it. Eloise with the attack. Punch clear to Meta and back. Third punch clear. Good defense. Net play by Eloise. Smash by Louis, and it's solid. Big lift to Henrik again. See what he can do, and that's a big smash. The call is unsure. Louis and Eloise are conferring. They do not know whether or not that was in or out.
Oh, point has been given to York there.
Yeah.
But Lancaster were cheering.
The smash apparently went out. Lancaster is not happy with that. York is unsure, but these, at the end of the day, there is mistakes that can be made with the eye. It can occur. This shuttle is moving so fast, it's difficult to call. Oh my word!
Wow.
What a rally!
Massive rally.
Henrik was on the floor, dove for the cross drive, which fell just over the net, and Louis tickled it over. That's incredible. 22 points to 20 to York. It gives them a third set to prove themselves as worthy of wearing that white rose.
Yeah, all the other York players rushing onto the court to congratulate them of just getting through that, getting to that final set, to try and win that, and then to try and win mixed badminton doubles at Roses 2025 for York. Lancaster, obviously, complete opposite end of emotion spectrum there. So close to winning the entire event.
Absolutely. No doubt it is extremely frustrating for Lancaster, considering I think the players thought that the smash at 2019 was in, but it wasn't. York called it out, and it is their call, given that it was on their side of the court. Those are the rules of the game. And it's unfortunate that there is discrepancies in such a close game, but it is the nature of the game until we get funding for line judges and such, which I think won't happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear those Lancaster players cheering, and then to have it called the other way is always sad for them, always frustrating, but it is the nature of, lack of funding in sports. You can't do anything about that.
Absolutely.
It's not position of university roses, varsity positions to make the change up.
But that does tee us up for a final decider. This will be the biggest event, or the biggest set of the entire event. It is down to a third set. Whoever wins this set will win the Roses mixed badminton. Incredible scenes.
And, in the context of Roses as a whole, you really want every point. This might be only worth 1, but everything counts. Everything counts.
As a wise man said, every little helps.
Exactly. Especially
shout
with
out Tesco.
York on 68 points and Lancaster on 97.
There you
overall
go.
standings.
Yeah, so York really does need every point they can get. Doesn't want to give up anything. And as I said, this will have a huge impact on what the matches tomorrow are like. Eloise to serve. to begin. And the first point goes to York. A smash into the net from Lancaster. The crowd are loving this match. Great defense from Louis. One of the best parts of his game in singles. And the kill did not go over the net from Lancaster. Eloise to serve for the third time in a row. 2-love. Eloise can't get the cross net to go.
I was going to say that's the start York wants, getting the first 2 points on the board, but just lost there, so it's now 1 point to Lancaster, 2 points to York.
Absolutely, applying the pressure like never before. Oh my word, incredible defense from a Henrik smash. Just tickles the net tape, making it almost impossible for Lancaster to even get a chance. These are incredible performances, especially considering the final training session that York had to offer was cancelled by the York Sports Centre, so they wouldn't have had the opportunity to train this week since Tuesday. In such a crucial time like that, it'll be difficult. The score is now 2 points to Lancaster, 3 to York. Lancaster is serving.
Yeah, lots of pressure on this. Especially with such a big audience.
Tidy drop from Louis. He's trying to apply the pressure to Meta, as is Eloise. The drop is high, giving Lancaster the attack. Smash from Henrik. Whether or not that smash went in or out is unclear. York are calling it out. Henrik is displeased with either the calling or the shot. Maybe a wombo combo of both. Eloise to serve, 4-2. Serve is killed by Henrik. Very nice, except the kill went out. 5-2, Eloise to serve once again to Meta. Big smash from Eloise. Net play gives Louis an opportunity to attack. And that's a great attack from Henrik.
York undoubtedly in the better position at the moment.
Incredible smash from Eloise right down the line. Clinical as ever. Making the score 6-3.
Yeah, even with that 3-point lead, we've seen before, especially in this matchup, how quickly Lancaster can come back. York has been in the lead before and lost it, as happened in the first set of this very match. So, you know, all still to play for until someone gets this like magic number. Anything can happen.
Eloise plays a high lift out the back. (4-6). Fantastic serve. Good pressure on Louis. Can't convert. And force area into the net. (7-4) to York. Eloise to serve.
Wow. That was another point for York. Could not return that shuttlecock, and it's...
Eloise serving for 8-4 against Henrik. Henrik attacks it early, putting him out of position. Met's got a lot to make up for. Great play. Smash doesn't go to the back, but they still great defense from Lancaster. York giving Lancaster the attack. Oh, a wonderful block. Just shy of the net. Just over the net. Means that Lancaster have no option but to hit it into the net.
Yeah. Real deep lunge there to try and get that, but unfortunately hits the net.
Great block by Louis. Drop to the middle, gives him a smashing attempt into the net. Not what he was hoping for.
Still a 4-point gap between York and Lancaster.
9 to York, 5 to Lancaster. Lancaster to serve. Eloise quick off her mark and pushes Henrik into a difficult backhand situation, which he plays into the net.
Wow, rally just keeps going here back and forth between York and Lancaster.
Eloise drops it, gives Louis the smash, and it comes back. Driving rally. Jump out smash from Louis. Oh my word, keeps going. Eloise gives Meta a chance to smash into the net. That was a great build-up by Lancaster, but could not convert in those crucial moments. The score is 11 points to York, 5 to Lancaster. Break is happening, and one of the former team president from 2 years ago is giving the last team president a word of advice, what he needs to do, what they, as a pair, need to do to break down Henrik and Meta to get that win.
The point difference between York and Lancaster right now is 6 points. Lancaster only have 5 points. The gap is bigger than the number of points that Lancaster has.
Absolutely. Lancaster will be trying to shave that difference down bit by bit, but with the consistency that Louis and Eloise have been showing, that's going to be extremely difficult, especially if the frustrations between the two Lancaster players grows. We don't know the details of what's happening, but it seems like Henrik is growing increasingly frustrated, but we will see.
Yeah, it's an incredibly tense thing to be in, and again, they've been to the third set before and lost.
Absolutely. So this will be taxing on them, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Emotionally and physically. Louis to serve. Oh, that's a lucky get from Louis. Tickles the net tape and goes over.
Yeah. That would be the restart that Lancaster's dreading, already losing another point to York.
Absolutely, but for York, every point counts. That's a great take from Henrik. Brushes it over the net with top spin. Push it away from either of the York players. Henrik to serve. Louis ready. Drops it to the mid-court, and he gets the smash. Big smash, and it's 13-6.
Lancaster needs something special now to get back in this game.
Would it be easier if Michael's behind you? Or
Why it's shorter? Right.
the score is 7 to Lancaster, 13 to York. 6-point deficit that Lancaster are trying to break down. Lancaster serve to Eloise. Eloise drives it. Henrik pushes it, clears it. It was into the back, and Louis punishes him. Not far enough to put Louis in a spot of danger. Now Louis serving to Henrik. That's a great backhand clear. Singles, but it was not enough. Henrik says no, smashes it down the line. 8 to 14. Big smash from Louis. Cannot be returned. 15 points to York, 8 to Lancaster. York are very much in the lead, but if they get complacent, if they lose their composure, it could be over before they know it in the wrong direction. Eloise drops it, that's wonderful drop. Great defense, good lift. Eloise can't keep that composure that we're talking about. Hits it at the Lancaster bench. Probably not tactical, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, York fans outnumber Lancaster fans here in the main hall. About 2 to 1?
I'd say probably more than that.
3 to 1?
Maybe. The noise and the signs are even more than that. It is quite daunting for Lancaster, but they are holding their own very well. 15-10, 10 to Lancaster, 15 to York. Lancaster serve. Louis attacks the serve. Henrik gets the lift, plays it to Eloise. It's been a sticky situation for the pair of them. And now Louis on the attack. Nice drop, very tight. Oh, that's a great drop by Henrik. Plays it, forces a lift, and Meta with a huge smash. Well played by Lancaster. Well-earned point. But York does not want to give up. 11-15. Eloise with a great drop. Punch clears it to Henrik. Driving rally. Henrik drops it short. Louis attacks it. Big smash. Not enough. Keeps attack on. Smash by Louis. And he keeps it going. Great cross drop. From maybe knee height, he drops it over the net, tight and even before the service line. That's incredible play. Catches Henrik out. How does he manage it?
Yeah. That the Lancaster are bringing that score back a bit, that gap back a bit, but now it's gone back to 5.
Absolutely.
11 points to Lancaster, 16 to York. York need 5 more points to win, not just this set, not just this match, but the entirety of mixed badminton doubles.
Absolutely. Eloise misses the net kill into the net. Maybe the stress, maybe the nerves. We know she can hit those. Okay, Lancaster to serve. Henrik to Louis. Louis standing ready, almost towing the line, ready to pounce. Drives it down the line as he has previously. Eloise punches it. Lancaster bench seems to think it was long. No complaints from the York team. 16 points to York, 13 to Lancaster. The deficit is shrinking at a dangerous rate for York. It's extremely impressive from Lancaster.
So even when you think it's settled, it can always come back.
It's be a dangerous comeback. Great cross drop by Eloise. When Lancaster thought they put her in a difficult position, she sends it the other way. No one there to get it. And that extends their lead further. 17-13. Only 4 points needed. York are 4 points away from having the mixed badminton doubles at Roses 2025. Go on! Louis capitalised on a loopy drop. A killer smash.
And the lead goes right back out again to 5 points.
Eloise to serve. Winning that net rally. And it causes problems for Lancaster. They lift it and Louis back at it again. Absolute weapon on that smash.
Yeah, York will be loving this. Lancaster, not so much. To come so close and...
Eloise serves it into the net, giving Lancaster a ray of hope. Can they use that to inspire themselves to a big win? Lancaster up to serve. Big smash from Henrik. And Eloise knocks it out of play. Lancaster to serve once again.
Wow.
16 points to Lancaster, 19 to York. What was once a very threatening lead that York were holding is now becoming increasingly at threat lead.
York only do need 2 more points, but if Lancaster can hold on and stretch this out, it's be very dangerous for York.
That was a great attack from Henrik. Deceptive punch, and then a kill at Louis, a drive at Louis. Wins them the point. 17-19. Can they pull off a comeback?
That's what Lancaster will be hoping for. Oh, and they hit it out, meaning York is up to 20 points. They need just one more point.
Jerry?
Okay. Louis to serve to Henrik. Drives it. Big smash from Henrik. Drive it, clears it Eloise. Big smash from Henrik again. Eloise
no.
can't control it, puts it in the net. 20 points to York, 18 to Lancaster.
That is not what York would have wanted.
Absolutely not.
Still, Lancaster needs to win this point. York, if York does, they win.
Henrik to serve against Louis. He's a tall figure to serve against. It's intimidating, especially with how well he's been playing today. Pushes it to that mid-cut on the backhand side again. Louis gets the kill. That's mixed doubles to York. Louis Davis and Eloise Bryans showing that roses are white on the badminton court. Well done to Lancaster, an absolutely wicked performance from them, but just bested in that third set, final match.
So close between York and Lancaster there. York wins, yeah, mixed badminton doubles. Roses, they win at 1 point. I'll let my co-commentator go celebrate with his team. Be so happy down there. This is not the only badminton that's happening at Roses. This is just the first round of fixtures. Tomorrow we'll be coming back to you with even more. We'll see if history repeats itself and York wins the Opens and the Women's first and seconds. But for now, we will just have to settle with York winning the mixed badminton doubles at Roses 2025.
Thanks for listening. Roses Live is brought to you by URY and Bailrig FM. Thanks for listening. Roses Live is brought to you by URY and Bailrig FM.